Hi, I'm Gary Cawood, and speaking from the Argenta branch of North Little Rock Public Library, speaking about my exhibition titled Field Notes. The titles makes reference to different disciplines, particularly scientific disciplines, where they would take, written notes. But to take a photograph, if for example you were a geologist, you would use a meter stick so that you could reference immediately how big this rock formation is. So in this particular case, I'm taking that in a very direct way. The meter stick is used in many different ways, and so the scale becomes ambiguous. Sometimes instead of showing you exactly what size it is, intentionally confuses you or makes you question. Unlike a lot of artists who always drew as a kid and wanted to be an artist, I had no interest at all, but I wanted to be an architect. I had no idea what an architect was, I guess. I sent off for a brochure which told me that I should take at least 2 art classes in high school. So dutifully I signed up. Really, that's how ignorant I was. I couldn't figure out even why I would be there. But I quickly learned that art can be about ideas. It's about composition. It's about adventure. And although I didn't have particular representational skills, I was encouraged to experiment and have fun, and I was just totally hooked after a brief period of time. So I got to architecture school, where you really do need the representational skills. You need to be able to make a nice little quick sketch to communicate what you're doing. I finished the degree, but that was a handicap. It's a 5-year degree, so during the last couple of years, I had gotten involved with photography. After I graduated, I started taking photography classes, and then I was in a Vista Volunteer in Pittsburgh, and then I went to graduate school and got an MFA in photography. And so since then, I've taught actually 40 years. I taught photography for 40 years, yeah. The idea of mystery has always been important to me. At the same time, it can be very ambiguous and confusing, and particularly with the little stick. So if you were, for example, doing a study of hydrology and how the water has created that erosion, if you were a scientist doing that, it would be important to take a measurement. If we go to to another one that's down there at the end, it's called Big Step. That's over in by the way, in the Big Rock Quarry, which is here in North Little Rock. But you see 2 sticks. So the stick comes apart, so I can put a meter stick, of course, is 10 decimeters. So I can break it up into 2 decimeters or 4, 6, or 10, and then I can add to 12 or 14 or 16. So that adds another level of ambiguity, is with the meter stick in a different location. Compositionally, I didn't think it worked, but fortunately, I had taken one without any stick in it at all, and so then I could make a print without the stick, and see, this is a little stick about that big. And so I guess it's a decimeter with 10 centimeters. Anyway, so, I keep compounding the confusion, and then I can take that picture of a picture idea, and for example, here, many of you know the bridge across the river from the Clinton Center, and this is looking down on that. So again, it's a picture of a picture with just a stick. No, I didn't swim out there and climb up and actually put a stick on. We're very lucky to have this facility in our community. It's the old post office building, which is a wonderful old building, and the gallery itself was renovated it, and that's the space is white and very clean, and as you would expect from a modern gallery. You know, you go in my case, I'm going out around with a camera, and then the printing and the framing and all of that. You put a lot of work in it, and so you want to share it. You want people to see it. For the artist, to see other people look at the work and react. Some people, of course, will just go right by it and they're not interested, and that's fair enough because I go to shows that I'm not interested in also. But the great thing about this particular facility is they change out the work every month. It's a lot of work for the staff, but they do a great job of hanging a new show every month. And so there's quite a variety. I hope it will connect with people, and sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. And it's part of it, of course, depends on what a viewer brings into the work. But the reason to keep looking at work and keep going to this, the openings at this facility and the Arkansas Fine Art Museum and so forth, you'll keep expanding your view of what art is and can be, and therefore you're expanding your idea of what your life can be. You know, what your perception is, what your perception of reality is. For me, it's my life. That's what I do. Field notes will be up until June 6th, which is a Friday. We'll be taking it down, and I hope everybody will come down and see it.